Hello, my dear students. Hope all of you are fine and in good health. I'm Ujjwal Yaman Chaudhary, the course instructor of Entrepreneurship Development course, would like to welcome you all to the course. After successfully completing this week, that means this unit, you learn the role of entrepreneur in business, the entrepreneurial profile, the benefits of entrepreneurship, the drawbacks of entrepreneurship, the forces that are driving the growth of entrepreneurship, the cultural diversity of entrepreneurship, and how an entrepreneur can avoid becoming another failure statistic. Let's start with the definition of an entrepreneur. Who is basically called an entrepreneur? One who creates a new business in the face of risk and uncertainty for the purpose of achieving profit and growth by identifying opportunities and assembling the necessary resources to capitalize on them. From this definition, three factors are very clear to us. The first one is risk bearer. What does it mean by risk bearer? Entrepreneurs basically take risk, a huge risk. They invest their money, time, effort to get something in uncertain future. Second important thing is innovative. As we know, entrepreneurs are opportunists. They need to find out new and newer ways to reach to their destination. And most importantly, they need to become very organized. As we know, entrepreneurs basically use money, materials, or people, or many other things in a synchronized way to do business. Now let's know about entrepreneurship. What is entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurship can broadly be defined as the creation or extraction of value. With this definition, entrepreneurship is viewed as change, which may include other values than simply economic ones. There are some more other narrations or descriptions of entrepreneurship. I hope all of you know these great people. They all are successful entrepreneurs. Now, what are the reasons behind their success? How successful entrepreneurs think? Let's figure it out. There are some common characteristics that most of the entrepreneurs share. And what are those? Let's discuss one by one. The first one is desire for responsibility. Entrepreneurs feel a deep sense of personal responsibility for the outcome of ventures they start. They prefer to be in control of their resources, and they use those resources to achieve self-determined goals. The second one is preference for moderate risk. Entrepreneurs are not wild risk takers, but are instead calculated risk takers. Then self-reliance. Entrepreneurs must fill multiple roles to make their company successful, especially in the early days of a startup. Because the resources usually are limited, they end up performing many jobs themselves, even those they know little about. Yet, entrepreneurs demonstrate a high level of self-reliance and do not shy away from the responsibility for making their business succeed. Then comes entrepreneurs typically have an abundance of confidence in their ability to succeed and are confident that they chose the correct career path. Entrepreneurs' high levels of optimism may explain why some of the most successful entrepreneurs have failed in business often more than once before finally succeeding. Determination. Some people call these characteristics grit, the ability to focus intently on achieving a singular long-term goal. Studies show that grit is a reliable predictor of achievement and success, whether the goal involves launching a successful business. Desire for immediate feedback. Entrepreneurs only enjoy the challenge of running a business, and they like to know how they are doing and are constantly looking for feedback. The feedback they receive from their business drives them to set higher standard of performance for their companies and themselves. Entrepreneurs are more energetic than the average person. The energy may be a critical factor given the incredible effort required to launch a startup company. Long hours and hard work are the rule rather than the exception, and the pace can be cruel. Entrepreneurs have a well-defined sense of searching for opportunities. They look ahead and are less concerned with what they did yesterday than with what they might do tomorrow. Not satisfied to sit back and revel in their success, real entrepreneurs stay focused on the future. Then, skill at organizing. Building a company from scratch is much like piecing together a giant jigsaw puzzle. Entrepreneurs know how to put the right people together to accomplish a task. Value of achievement over money. One of the most common misconceptions about entrepreneurs is that they are driven only by the desire to make money. To the contrary, achievement seems to be entrepreneurs' primary motivating force. Money is simply a way of keeping a score of accomplishment, a symbol of achievement. Entrepreneurship is hard work, and launching a company successfully requires total commitment for an entrepreneur. Then, another important thing is creativity. One of the hallmarks of entrepreneur is creativity. They constantly come up with new product or service ideas, unique ways to market their business, and innovative business models. Their minds are constantly at work developing unique business models, services, and products. Another two characteristics of a successful entrepreneur are flexibility and resourceful. An entrepreneur works in many different environments, so why flexibility is a very important thing for them. And finally, tenacity. Obstacles, obstruction, and defeat typically do not dissuade entrepreneur from doggedly pursuing their visions. And finally, maybe the most important thing is anyone, regardless of age, race, gender, color, national origin, or any other characteristic, can become an entrepreneur. Now let's discuss about the benefits of entrepreneurship. Survey shows that owners of a small business believe that they work harder, earn more money, and are more satisfied than if they work for someone else. In the image, you see the picture of Jack Ma, who is a great entrepreneur and the founder of the giant Chinese company Alibaba. What he has said, once in a lifetime, the best way is to try for something. So let's go and find out or discover the benefits of entrepreneurship. The first one is opportunity to create your own destiny. Owning a business provides entrepreneurs the independence and the opportunity to achieve what is important to them. Entrepreneurs want to call the shots in their lives, and they use their businesses to make their desire a reality. Owning your own business means you have some say in deciding what your destiny is going to be. The second one is opportunity to make a difference. Increasingly, entrepreneurs are starting businesses because they see an opportunity to make a difference in a cause that is important to them. Then, opportunity to reach your full potential. Too many people find their work boring, unchallenging, and unexciting, but not entrepreneurs. To them, there is little difference between work and play. The two are synonymous. Entrepreneur businesses become their instruments for self-expression and self-actualization. Then comes opportunity to reap impressive profits. Although money is not primary force driving most entrepreneurs, the profits their businesses can earn are an important motivating factor in their decision to launch companies. Then comes opportunity to contribute to society and be recognized for your effects. Playing a vital role in the local business systems and knowing that their work has a significant impact on the nation's economy is yet another year for a small business manager. Then comes opportunity to do what you enjoy and have fun at it. A common sentiment among small business owners is that their work really isn't work. Most successful entrepreneurs choose to enter their particular business fields because they have an interest in them and enjoy those lines of work. They have made their avocations their vocations and are glad of the deed. Owning a business has many benefits and provides many opportunities. However, anyone planning to enter the world of entrepreneurship should be aware of its potential drawbacks. Although operating a successful business has never been easy, 59% of small business owners say running their companies is harder now than it was 5 years ago. In addition to a soft company, entrepreneurs cited difficulty keeping pace with technology and more competition from direct rivals and large companies as the primary reasons that business is more difficult today. So let's know about the potential drawback of entrepreneurship. The first one is, and the most significant one, is uncertainty of income. Opening and running a business provides no guarantee that an entrepreneur will earn enough money to survive. Although the mean and median incomes for entrepreneurs are higher than those for employees, so is the variability of entrepreneurs' income. In other words, some entrepreneurs earn far more through their companies than they could working for someone else. But other entrepreneurs' businesses barely earn enough to provide them with an adequate income. In the early days of a startup, a business often cannot provide an attractive salary for its owners and meet all its financial obligations, meaning that the entrepreneur may have to live on savings or a spouse's income. Then, risk of losing your entire investment. Business failure can lead to financial ruin for an entrepreneur, and the small business's failure rate is relatively high. Before reaching for the golden ring, entrepreneurs should ask themselves if they can cope psychologically with the consequences of failure, and what are those, such as what is the worst that could happen if I open my business and it fails? How likely is the worst to happen? Am I truly prepared to launch my business? What can I do to lower the risk of my business failing? If my business were to fail, what is my contingency plan for coping? Then, long hours and hard work. Business startups usually demand long hours and hard work from their owners, and there is no other way. Then comes lower quality of life until the business gets established. The long hours and hard work needed to launch a company can take their toll on the other aspects of an entrepreneur's life. Business owners often find that their roles as husbands or wives and fathers or mothers take a backseat to their roles as company founders. In fact, according to a survey by American Express, 67% of entrepreneurs say that owning a business requires them to make sacrifices, most often in the areas of family relationships and friendships. High levels of stress. Starting and managing a business can be an incredibly rewarding experience, but it also can be a highly stressful one. Entrepreneurs often have made significant investment in their companies, have left behind the safety and security of a steady paycheck and benefits, and have mortgaged everything they own to get into business. Failure may mean total financial ruin, and that creates intense levels of stress and anxiety. Then, complete responsibility. It's great to be the boss, but many entrepreneurs find that they must make decisions on issues about which they are not really knowledgeable. Many business owners have difficulty finding advisors. When there is no one to ask, the pressure can build quickly. The realization that the decisions they make are the cause of their company's success or failure has a devastating effect on some people. And finally, discouragement. Launching a business is a substantial undertaking that requires a great deal of dedication, discipline, and tenacity. Along the way to building a successful business, entrepreneurs will run headlong into many different obstacles, some of which appear to be insurmountable. In the face of such difficulties, discouragement and disillusionment are common emotions. Despite having a lot of drawbacks, still people want to become entrepreneurs. What are the reasons behind this? What's fueling the entrepreneurial fire? Maybe the first reason is entrepreneurs are considered as heroes. An intangible but compelling factor is the attitude that people have toward entrepreneurs. As a nation, we have raised them to hero status and have held out their accomplishments as models to follow. Business founders such as Bill Gates, Kevin Plank, Oprah Winfrey, Jeff Bezos, Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, Samson A. Choudhury, the founder of Square Group, are some great examples of these. Maybe the next reason is entrepreneurial education. Colleges and universities have discovered that entrepreneurship is an extremely popular course of study. A rapidly growing number of students see owning a business as their best career option. Maybe the third thing is to shift to a service economy. Then comes technology advancements. With the help of modern business machines such as personal computers, laptop computers, smartphones, fax machines, copiers, color printers, answering machines, and voicemail, even one person working at home can look like a big business. At one time, the high cost of such technological wizardry made it impossible for a small business to compete with larger companies that could afford the hardware. Next important thing is independent lifestyle. Entrepreneurship is the way most people want to live, independent and self-sustaining. People want the freedom to choose where they live, what hours they work, and what they do. Although financial security remains an important goal for most entrepreneurs, many place top priority on lifestyle issues, such as more time with family and friends, more leisure time, and more control over work-related stress. And finally, the internet and cloud computing and mobile marketing. The proliferation of the internet, the vast network that links computers around the globe and opens up oceans of information to its users, has spawned thousands of entrepreneurial ventures since its beginning in 1993. Cloud computing, internet-based subscription, or pay-per-use software services that allow business owners to use a variety of business applications, from database management and inventory control to customer relationship management and accounting, has reduced business startup and operating costs. Fast-growing small companies can substitute cloud computing applications for networks of computers and large office spaces, which allows entrepreneurs to build their companies without incurring high overhead costs. As we have seen, virtually anyone has the potential to become an entrepreneur. Indeed, diversity is a hallmark of entrepreneurship. We now explore the diverse mix of people who make up the rich fabric of entrepreneurship. Young entrepreneurs. Young people are embracing entrepreneurship enthusiastically as a career choice. A recent survey by the Kaufman Foundation reports that 40% of young people between the ages of 8 and 24 have already started a business or would like to do so in the future. The top 5 reasons these young people want to start their own businesses include the opportunity to use their skills and abilities, build something for their future, be their own bosses, earn lots of money, and see their ideas realized. In the slide, you see the picture of Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook, who started his business from an early stage of his life. Then come women entrepreneurs. Despite years of legislative effort, women still face discrimination in the workforce. However, small business has been a leader in offering women opportunities for economic expression through entrepreneurship. Increasing number of women are discovering that the best way to break the glass ceiling that prevents them from rising to the top of many organizations is to start their own companies. In our country, and also worldwide, you'll find many women are doing businesses by using social media and internet. The number of women-owned businesses is growing 1.5 times faster than the national average. In the slide, you see the image of Oprah Winfrey, who is definitely an inspiration for many women entrepreneurs around the world. Entrepreneurs starting a part-time business is a popular gateway to entrepreneurship. Part-time entrepreneurs have the best of both worlds. They can ease into business for themselves without sacrificing the security of a steady paycheck and benefits. The internet and mobile communication devices make establishing and running a part-time business very easy. Many part-time entrepreneurs run online business from a spare bedroom in their homes or from wherever they are. Many people in our country use Bitcoin, Daraj, or other social media pages to do business. Home-based businesses are booming. An entrepreneur starts a home-based business on average every 12 seconds. 52% of all small businesses are home-based. Then, family business. A family-owned business is one that includes 2 or more members of the family with financial control of the company. Family business are an integral part of the economy. I guess around 90% business in our country are family-owned and managed. Then copreneurs. Copreneurs is not a very common term. Though, copreneurs are entrepreneurial couples who work together as co-owners of their businesses. Managing a small business with a spouse may appear to be a recipe for divorce, but most copreneurs say not. Katrina Fake, who with her husband Stuart Butterfield launched Flickr, a photo sharing website, she says that sharing with someone you love the intensity of launching a business with its long hours, terrifying moments of despair, crashing defeats, joyous victories, and raising uncertainty brings a couple closer together. Then corporate cast-offs. Concentrating on shedding the excess bulk that took away their flexibility and speed, many large corporations have been downsizing in an attempt to regain their competitive edge. Executives and line workers alike have experienced job cuts, and these corporate cast-offs have become an important source of entrepreneurial activity. Some 20% of discharged corporate managers have become entrepreneurs. The dramatic downsizing of corporations has created another effect among the employees left after restructuring, a trust gap. The result of this trust gap is a growing number of dropouts from the corporate structure who then become entrepreneurs. Their entrepreneurs are inspired to launch their companies after being treated unfairly by large impersonal corporate entities. Because they have college degrees, a working knowledge of business, and years of management experience, both corporate dropouts and cast-offs may ultimately increase their small business survival rate. Putting failure into perspective. Because of the limited resources, inexperienced management, and lack of financial stability, the small businesses suffer relatively high mortality rates. Because they are building businesses in an environment filled with uncertainty and shaped by rapid change, entrepreneurs recognize that failure is likely to be a part of their lives, but they are not paralyzed by that fear. Failure is a natural part of the creative process. The only people who never fail are those who never do anything or never attempt anything new. So remember, failure is an inevitable part of being an entrepreneur, and true entrepreneurs don't quit when they fail. One hallmark of successful entrepreneurs is the ability to fail intelligently, learning why they fail so that they can avoid making the same mistake again. Failure can teach not only what one is doing wrong, but also how to do it right the next time. There are a lot of examples of this. We can talk about Thomas Alva Edison, who had almost 1093 patents, but all of these patents didn't get success. But ultimately, Thomas Alva Edison was successful in his life. Then we can cite the example of Walt Disney. Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper job because, according to his boss, he lacked imagination and had no good ideas. Disney also went bankrupt several times before he created Disneyland. Then we can talk about R.H. Massey. Failed in business 7 times, his retail store in New York City became a success. In the spirit of true entrepreneurship, these visionary business leaders refused to give up in the face of failure. They simply kept trying until they achieved success. Now let's discuss how to avoid the pitfalls. Although failure can be a valuable part of the entrepreneurial process, no one sets out to fail in business. Now you must examine the ways to avoid becoming another failure statistic and gain insight into what makes a successful business. The first point is know your business in depth. We have already emphasized the need for the right type of experience in the business you plan to start. Get the best education in your business area you possibly can before you set out on your own. Then build a viable business model and test it. Before launching a business, an entrepreneur should define the business model on which he or she plans to build a company and test it, preferably with actual customers or potential customers, to verify that it can be successful. Then start or develop a solid business plan. If an entrepreneur business model passes the feasibility test, the next step is to prepare a business plan. For any entrepreneur, a well-written business plan is a crucial ingredient in preparing for business success. Then manage financial resources. The best defense against financial problem is to develop a practical information system and then use this information to make the business decision. No entrepreneur can maintain control over a business unless he or she is able to judge its financial health. Understand financial statements. Every business owner must depend on records and financial statements to know the condition of his or her business. All too often, entrepreneurs use these only for tax purposes and not as vital management control devices. To truly understand what is going on in the business, an owner must have at least a basic understanding of a company accounting and finance. Then learn to manage people effectively. No matter what kind of business you launch, you must learn to manage people. Every business depends on a foundation of well-trained, motivated employees. No business owner can do everything alone. The people an entrepreneur hires ultimately determine the heights to which the company can climb or the depths to which it can plunge. And finally, set your business apart from the competition. The formula for almost certain business failure involves becoming a me too business, merely copying whatever the competition is doing. Most successful entrepreneurs find a way to convince their customers that their companies are superior to their competitors, even if they sell similar products or services. After this, maintain a positive attitude. Achieving business success requires an entrepreneur to maintain a positive mental attitude toward business and the discipline to stick with it. Successful entrepreneurs recognize that their most valuable resource is their time, and they learn to manage it effectively to make themselves and their companies more productive. To sum up, we can say entrepreneurs are an important part of the free enterprise system, are a diverse and talented group of people, represent a cross-section of society as a whole, are able to enhance the profitability of their businesses through acquiring additional knowledge and experience. Although there are no secrets to booming or becoming successful entrepreneurs can take steps to enhance the profitability of their success. The remainder of this course will explore those steps and how to apply them to the process of launching a successful business with an emphasis on building a startup. Thank you.